Grand Rising, guys. Happy Saturn Day. All praise be to the Most High. Hope you guys are doing great. Um, there's a couple things that have been on my mind today, and one of them being God. God doesn't judge you by the things that people do, by the things that the world does. God judges you by your heart. And the second thing is having grace, showing yourself grace. That's I think that's something that I don't think I know that's something that I struggle with is giving myself the same grace and understanding that I give to others. Sometimes I don't even give myself the fraction of it. It seems like, but that's something I'm working on. What's funny is a lot of people don't believe in the whole like woo woo stuff until they witness it, until they experience it, until there's no denying it. Because once you experience it, once you truly experience it, there's no denying it, right? One of those things being trauma that's stored in our DNA, right? Um, it's not just our trauma from this lifetime. It's not just our trauma from this lifetime. It's past life trauma. It's ancestral trauma passed down from generations, which is part of generational curses too. Is getting over that trauma, getting over it, healing from it. Generational curse breakers. So you put your foot down and you say this ends here. I'm gonna be the one that heals this in my bloodline. I'm gonna be the one that fixes this, whatever it is that's been plaguing my bloodline. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, but it's necessary. And showing yourself grace. Showing yourself grace. God judges us by what's the Most High judges us by what's in our heart. And some people might look at our actions and not be able to understand how could that possibly be justified by God. Well, it's not always. It's not always. Everyone has to deal with karma, but if as long as your intentions and your heart is in the right place when you do things, you're not doing it out of an intentional place to cause harm to someone, whether it be emotionally, physically, anything like that. But that's a thin line and it's a balance, and when you fully come into balance internally. Well, personally, okay, so personally, going back to releasing trauma, right? The whole tapping shit, I firmly believe in that. I firmly believe in the tapping and the releasing of the trauma that's stuck in us, right? And one way that I struggle with showing myself grace is well, I've been trying to recently is I don't hold resentment against other people for things done against me. I don't hold resentment, but internally, I it still held the emotions that the emotions were still trapped, even though I thought some of it I thought was completely released and let go, but it's not. And when you get flooded with everything all at once, it's overwhelming. When a lot's coming up that internally that I bit my tongue. I didn't speak my truth. I held back from saying how I felt. I held back from speaking against something that hurt me, right? And the more that you hold on to things, the more you bottle them up, the more that you let them linger, the worse it gets, right? And I know that my words can be brutal, and I know that I've kind of overreacted sometimes towards some people just because of the way that I allowed myself to bottle it up instead of confronting it. And I feel bad about that. I don't hold myself in a state of sorrow and misery of, oh, I fucked up and how am I gonna make this right? I mean, yes, I think about those things, but I don't stay in that mindset of the past. It's what's done is done. I can learn from it or I can repeat it. I don't want to repeat it, so I choose to learn from it. But part of that is showing myself grace because I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But I want to be. I try to be. And so I think when I'm not, when I come to the realization that I wasn't, it upsets me. But I need to show myself the same grace that I show to everyone. Showing yourself grace, self acceptance. Self acceptance. That's a hard hurdle to get over. You know, he's struggling going up there. It's steep. It's lonesome. Look, there's no one else up there. There's no one else up there. You can't be seeking externally for self acceptance. You can't. It's internal. Accepting the things that I cannot change. But learning from our lessons. Learning. They're not mistakes. They're lessons. We're all here to learn. We're all here to grow together. Each one teach one. One hand washes the other. Both hands wash the face. It's acceptance of everything. It's acceptance of the past. It's acceptance of I'm not proud of everything I've done. I'm not proud of everything I've said. But I accept it for what it is. That self-acceptance, that it's the understanding that we're not defined by our past. We're defined by the choices and the actions that we make today, right here and right now. Sometimes we're going to slip. Sometimes we're going to lose our grip. Sometimes we might fall down a step or two. But as long as we keep facing up, keeping our first eye on the Most High, not looking down at the things that the Most High is helping us to get over. What aspects of your life do you need to show yourself some acceptance for? Seek it out.